Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. So it's been raining a whole lot for the past couple weeks, and it's supposed to rain pretty much all this week too, or several days this week. So we've got the sign off from the health department to go ahead and put in the septic tank and the new septic system, but obviously it's way too wet to do that, and it's been too wet. So we've kind of switched gears to working on the inside of the house again. And we're back here in this little back porch area, right off from the garage and the kitchen right here. So what we've decided to do in this little back porch area is kind of split it in half. We're going to move the washer and dryer in here because the dryer used to sit right here in this corner, and then the washing machine used to sit in this little utility room here. So I guess they had washed their clothes in here and then carried their clothes all the way out here to dry them. So what we're also going to do is we're moving the water heater from inside of the house. We're going to take both of those out and move them in this new laundry room. And then on the other side of this wall, maybe put some windows in here, kind of leave this like an open sunroom area. And then we'll put our deep freezers in here. That way it won't be so hot in the house. Got a hurricane coming through, so it's been pretty nasty outside for the past couple days, and it's just way too wet to work on anything in the ground with the septic system. So don't drink it. We got a little bit more sheeting to put on. Got this little piece here to put on beside the door. Across the top, I got to cut this header out a little bit to fit the new door and cut this base plate out. So that's what we're working on. We're gonna put some house wrap on it and get it all dried in till we can put some vinyl siding on. We've got the window installed here, and we've got the door installed, you know, just rough installed for right now. But we got both of them put on. I didn't have any house wrap, but I had some leftover underlayment for a metal roof. It does the same thing, and this is probably actually a little bit better than some of the house wrap out there. So we got it put on. So I know I didn't do a lot of filming on any of this, but it's been pouring pretty much all day. We've been working underneath the soffit most of the day on the outside of the house. So we've got to work on our plumbing here. We've got to go through the concrete floor, and somehow we've got to figure out how to get through the footing right here. All right, so we've got our seal plate bored out right here, and we're going to try to bore through the concrete floor and see if we can't get on top of the block that's down there and cut through that block. I've got a carbide tip hole saw bit here. Hopefully we can kind of clean the edges up a little bit without breaking our wrists. So we made it to what I think is the top of the brick underneath this slab. Should be somewhere right in there. Well, I think that's gonna work. We got 2 more to drill right here for my hot and cold water lines to come up to feed the water heater, then the washing machine, and then we're gonna have a utility sink. So hot and cold water is gonna have to come up probably right through here, I think. All right, so we worked late into the night last night. Got a lot of the plumbing mocked up inside. It's just digging my drain line here, the ditch for my drain line. And we're gonna wrap around the corner of the house here and go through the foot and then tie into the rest of it. We got to get this cleaned out, that way we can get the drain pipe put in here, but we'll get this dug out and hopefully get this done before dark. All right, so we're getting pretty far along here now with the plumbing. We've got pretty much everything done inside, and I'll kind of explain what we got going on. We've got hot water coming in from underneath the floor that's going to be tied into the rest of the house. It comes off and distributes over here to where the water heater is going to sit. And I've just got a test loop run in right here that just connects the hot and cold together. That way I can test this system right here. And it runs down to the sink and into the washing machine box. So I've got a couple fittings right here and a pressure gauge. And what we're going to do is we're going to introduce air into this system and pressurize this system. Make sure none of these fittings in the wall leaks before we cover up the wall. So we're going to pump this up to about 100 pounds PSI and let this sit for several hours and make sure we're not losing any pressure. And then we've got to cap off our drain line here for the sink and take you outside here. We've got the drain line put in underneath the floor here. We've just got it stubbed out and capped off down at the end. So what we're going to do on the drain plumbing is just a residual test. We're just going to fill it up with water here from the washing machine drain and make sure none of these fittings are leaking here where all this is tied together. And then that way we'll make sure we have no leaks in the wall and we can go ahead and insulate. So we're just going to plug this in. We've got hooked up to the air compressor. And I've got a little control valve here that I can turn the air on and off. So we've got this pumped up to 100 pounds PSI, and we're just going to monitor this for several hours, maybe even overnight, and make sure that we don't have any leaks. And if we do see the gauge going down just a little bit, what we can do is I'll take a spray bottle with some soapy water in it and just spray on all these fittings. And if there's any bubbles coming out, it'll tell me exactly where I need to fix the problem at. So we're gonna get some water over here and fill up this washing machine drain and fill up all this plumbing just to make sure we don't have any leaks in it. So we don't have any running water here yet because I haven't finished with the well. We're having to bucket this stuff in. Well, it's draining good. I think maybe 1 or 2 more buckets. It'll be full, so. Well, all right, there we go. We got water all the way up here at the very top. All right, so we've got our hole marked out where I think it's going to go. We're going to see if we can bore this out. All right, so we couldn't make it all the way through the block on the outside, so we're gonna have to crawl underneath the house here. All right, we're almost there. All right, so we've made it back here, and you can see my holes that I've bored through. That one up there at the top is for the drain line that's going to come through, and it's going to come in and tie into this PVC that comes from the kitchen sink. And the bottom lines there are my holes that I bored for the water lines to come through, and they'll probably come in and just connect to this CPVC up here for the kitchen. Yeah, there we go. Oh man. It's a little too close to this joint. We got the side of the block right there that we gotta get rid of somehow. There we go. All right, so we got the drain line in there. We just gotta bust this out for the two water lines to come through. I believe that's going to work. All right, so most of our tests have held good all day long. We haven't had any water leaking out of our drain pipe here, and we're still at 100 pounds pressure on our supply lines here. I've just added another piece and insulated them here in the ditch, just because it's not quite as deep as I would like it to be, and where it goes up under the drain line into the foot, and it's a little bit shallow there. So I've insulated these pipes, and the hot water line coming out of the water heater, the insulation will help keep it warmer for a little bit longer too. the ground, the coldness of the ground will suck that heat away from that water pretty quick. So that's why we've just insulated them here as they go through the house. So we're going to drain this pipe and put our 90 on and stub inside. That way we can get this covered up for the rain tomorrow. Hopefully I can catch most of this, so I don't have to work in a puddle of mud. Oh, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Well, we got a little wet there, but had a good bit of pressure there at the beginning, but well, that's a lot better. Hopefully it'll fit all in this bucket. Oh yeah. All right, I had to dig some out. I apologize, it's getting a little dark. All right. Got a little light on the subject. Then we got a little dirty. All right. I'm gonna have to kind of glue these at the same time to make sure I get a good fit and get the correct fall on them. All right, like that. We'll just hold this for about a minute or two and make sure it doesn't push apart. A lot of times when you're gluing these big PVC pipes like this glue will push the joint back apart, so gotta hold it in place. All right, that should be good. Well, now that this is glued up and everything, I'm gonna get the rest of this ditch covered up. I'm gonna leave this little corner uncovered right here just because it's where the new propane line is gonna go underneath the house to feed a couple things in the house. But I appreciate y'all watching. Please like the video and subscribe if you're not subscribed. It really helps the channel out a whole lot and helps me out and continuing to do what we do here. So appreciate everybody watching, and continue to follow along here on our journey at building a new homestead. We'll see y'all in the next one.